Hello and thank you for tuning into Wildcast. I'm Michael Hernandez.
And I'm Jenna Gonzalez.
Former Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders visited the University of Arizona to campaign for Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton. I spoke with some students who came to hear what Sanders had to say. Thousands of people lined up on the U of A Mall to hear Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders campaign for Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton. U of A freshman Bailey Stipp says she plans to vote for Clinton, but came to see what a political rally is like.
I've been paying attention a little bit as to what's been going on. I'm a first-time voter, so I'm really excited to see what actually happens at these kind of events.
Many supporters for Hillary Clinton initially backed Sanders during the primaries, but made the switch after Clinton was named the nominee. Sylvie Morel-Saitu is one of those supporters.
What I'm hoping is that there's some people here who are not yet for Hillary that will understand that she is going to take on more progressive issues. And I'm hoping that Bernie will just really point out those issues that she stands for.
Sanders arrived on campus after speaking in Flagstaff earlier in the day. He touched on issues including increasing the minimum wage and reducing student debt. Sanders says both he and Clinton agree public colleges and universities should be made tuition-free.
We want to see our young people leaving school, going out and starting their adult lives, starting businesses, getting the jobs they want without being overwhelmed with tens of thousands of dollars in student debt.
Arizona has traditionally voted Republican, but this year it's considered a swing state. Right now, polls favor Hillary Clinton to win against Donald Trump. Students I spoke with say they think Clinton will take Arizona.
It's going to be very close, but I do think it's possible. Arizona's been in play, or hasn't been in play for a long time, and I think this election cycle, enough people do not like Donald Trump that she could actually have a chance of winning Arizona.
While the crowd was overwhelmingly in favor of Sanders and Clinton, voters who support Republican Donald Trump and Libertarian Gary Johnson were there to represent their candidates.
Conclude your own conclusions. Don't listen to commercials, the media, and everything that goes around. Just think for yourself. Make your own decisions.
Reporting from the U of A Mall for UATV, I'm Michael Hernandez.
The U of A is hosting its 102nd homecoming celebration this week. Starting this Thursday, students, alumni, and faculty will have the chance to participate in various activities put on by the Alumni Association. A pep rally will be held Friday night, followed by a bonfire and crowning of the homecoming court. The homecoming parade will be held Saturday afternoon at 4.
The last of 3 presidential debates wrapped up last week. People gathered at the Loft Cinema to get some comic relief on the presidential election. Paige Jones has the story.
On October 10th, the Loft Cinema pitted 2 editorial cartoonists against each other during a live debate about the 2016 presidential election.
I think we really gave people an opportunity to both deal with some of the underlying serious issues of this campaign, but frankly to have the relief of some genuine laughter and good feeling about who we are as an American public that is much, much better than the toxicity of the current campaign.
On the conservative end, the debate featured Scott Stantis of the Chicago Tribune. Stantis faced off with David Fitzsimmons of the Arizona Daily Star, who represented the liberal point of view.
I think we in Tucson are really lucky to have someone as talented and as comically talented, funny as Dave Fitzsimmons. And I like the idea of a back and forth between someone who's liberal, and David obviously. I'm not familiar with this other fellow. But I'm interested in politics, and I love the Loft, and I couldn't say no.
The message of tonight's event was to show that 2 people from opposite ends of the political spectrum can come together to have a conversation, regardless of who they are voting for.
And even though their job is to poke fun at other people and at each other, they demonstrate that you can do that as long as you just don't take yourself too seriously. You can really have a civil conversation with each other about meaningful issues as long as you respect each other. Even cartoonists can do this. And so we think it was a successful event. There was a good turnout. People laughed. People had a good time. It was just a chance to reflect on the fact that there's hope. There is hope out there.
With elections right around the corner, this event gave people the opportunity to think, reflect, and just have some fun. For UATV, this is Paige Jones.
This week, students can attend the Ghosts of the U of A tour. Alumni will take students through some of the old buildings on campus and talk about the spooky stories behind the university. The event is this Wednesday at 5:30 on the U of A Mall.
Students reunited with their families recently at Family Weekend and enjoyed some events the U of A hosted. Wildcat reporter Sarah Spohr has an inside look.
Family Weekend at the University of Arizona welcomed families to enjoy the weekend with their kids. U of A held special events each day to show the parents and family members how UA bears down with an ice cream social, a moonlit hike with the rec center, and ended the weekend with a football game playing the USC Trojans.
It was a lot of fun because my dad played college football and he played Lions, so it was really kind of a bonding experience for me and him to watch the game together because he used to always get pumped when he watched me play high school football, so us watching college football together was awesome.
Family Weekend here at the U of A brings families together and lets parents see their students settled into their new homes. Residence halls also held special events such as Saturday morning breakfasts for their students and visiting family members.
Parents Weekend was a great experience. I got to see my family for the first time in a while, especially coming so far from home. It was nice to have them come out and show them the UA campus and what it's like to be a student. Especially coming as a freshman, we got to show them how it was, how we do it here. We bear down. We got to bring them to the football game, show them places to eat around campus, show them the dorm life, and how it is overall.
Reporting from the U of A for UATV, I'm Sarah Spohr.
Coming up next, the U of A hosted a campus resource expo for its employees.
Plus, did you know that the university builds giant telescope mirrors in a lab right under the football stadium? We'll take a look after the break. So if we only have to redo this too.
What are you guys doing?
Working.
Continue.
Don't change the channel. You're watching UATV. Yay, Caps!
The class of 1966 is reuniting for their 50th homecoming anniversary. A reception is being held this Thursday at Old Main. At the reception, they will be inducted into the Silver and Sage Society, which is reserved for alumni who graduated 50 or more years ago.
University employees and faculty attended the Campus Resource Expo to learn more about job benefits and resources available to them. Reporter Ashley Freedy has the details.
Human Resources hosted its annual Campus Resource Expo for faculty and employees last Wednesday.
I'm here at the University Campus Resource Expo to learn about the resources available to faculty here at the University of Arizona.
We wanted to get them together all in one place so that people could meet each other, they could learn about different resources they might not be aware of, and hopefully have a good time and connect with people as well.
I spoke to Susan Pickering, one of the 40-plus campus organizations represented at the Expo.
I'm an employee assistance counselor with Life and Work Connections. We're the employee assistance program for benefit eligible employees. We provide a variety of services to employees.
The Expo helps educate faculty and employees on the perks and resources right here on the University of Arizona campus. Reporting from the South Ballroom for UATV, I'm Ashley Freedy.
The College of Humanities hosted the Tucson Humanities Festival at the U of A Poetry Center. Wildcast reporter Ashley Agbidi attended a lecture to hear how Buddhist ideals are connected with refuge.
I'll see you tomorrow. Very excited. Definitely on the speakers. We're perfect. Somebody
The university held its annual Humanities Festival containing lectures from different faculty in the College of Humanities, and the emphasis was refuge. The three refuges of importance at this event, Buddhist escapes caught between two worlds, is the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, a pivotal transformation in Buddhism. The Humanities Festival event was located at the Helen S. Schaefer Building in the Poetry Center. Buddhist Escapes was presented by Dr. Albert Welter, the department head of East Asian Studies in the College of Humanities.
In our college, we deal with a lot of the grand challenges, questions of the world today. So something like, refugees, immigration, refuge is one of the big challenges that the world is facing.
Buddhist Escapes Caught Between Two Worlds, an event for the University of Arizona's College of Humanities Festival, was quite the turnout, filled with students and faculty members alike.
For the theme of refuge, I guess that was picked kind of with what's going on in the world right now, seeing like the refugee crisis that's going on in Syria and all that, and then everyone trying to get to Europe. I think it's really important that right now we kind of think about other people and we think about other things, and it's a really good thing.
Buddhist Escapes Caught Between Two Worlds really tied together the goal of the theme of refuge while emphasizing Buddhist ideals. Reporting from the Schaefer Building for UATV, I'm Ashley Agbidi.
Session of the Tucson Humanities Festival.
Some of the largest telescope mirrors in the world are built right at the U of A underneath Arizona Stadium. Allison Callan got an inside look during a tour of the Richard F. Karras Mirror Lab.
Located under the football stadium is the University of Arizona's Richard F. Karras Mirror Laboratory, where the world's largest and most complex telescope mirrors are produced. Anyone can participate in the Mirror Lab tours to observe the process of how the mirrors are built.
During a Mirror Lab tour, people are going to come and be able to see how we make the largest telescope mirrors in the world on that. We are currently making the Giant Magellan Telescope project. You will get to come and learn about the project, learn about the process, and see the facilities that we're working at. We are the only place in the world that does this.
Those on the tour learn about the innovative engineering involved in making the telescope mirrors.
The most interesting part was them polishing, or how they kind of polished, and just talked about how it was, I don't know if this is right terminology, but how they're concaved on the end, and just the weight of them, and just kind of the entire process. And also I just enjoyed the facility.
Currently, these mirrors are being used for the groundbreaking Giant Magellan Telescope that will be the largest, most advanced Earth-based telescope in the world.
The mirrors that we make here are used for two types of astronomy. One type of astronomy for the Giant Magellan Telescope and the Giant Binocular Telescope are looking at objects that are very distant to try and find out how the universe was formed.
Reporting live from the Mirror Laboratory for UATV, I'm Allison Callan.
Students looking to satisfy their sweet tooth can visit a new cafe that opened on University Boulevard called Whoops. Wildcast reporter Jenna Gonzalez visited the cafe to see exactly what they have to offer.
Whoops Bake Shop opened earlier this semester on University Boulevard. The business started as just one boutique macaroon booth and quickly expanded into various macaroon kiosks and bake shops. The Tucson location is the newest addition to the 5 other bake shops throughout Manhattan and Brooklyn, and the first to open in the West. Ellie Lapel co-owns the cafe with her sister Naomi, and they have enjoyed sharing their passion for the company with the people of Tucson.
When I knew that I was moving back to Tucson to come help my family, I decided to bring a piece of New York with me and go into business with my sister. and that's how Whoops came to Tucson. So part of what's important to us is to be closely connected with the students and what's going on in the university and the various different organizations.
We had great support from the corporation, throughout the financing, throughout the building, the design, and getting all the supplies we need and inventory, and learning, all the skills that we need to run the bake shop.
Now that Whoops has made the move to Tucson, both U of A students and people from all around the community are coming to get a taste of their own.
Whoops specializes in French macaron, which is a handmade delicacy, I guess one could say, and it is our specialty product that people are, very happy to find in Tucson. We have about 18 different flavors, so to choose one of those is difficult. Certainly Nutella and cookies and cream are the crowd favorites, but not only do we have the macarons, we also have freshly baked pastries, which include croissants and cookies and muffins, and we have croissant sandwiches, so we're a great lunch place or breakfast place.
I like coming here because it's a different atmosphere than anything in Tucson, and it's a quaint little place. It's quiet and cute, and I love the food.
Whoops also caters for special events and is eager to get involved with other organizations in the community. Reporting from Whoops Bake Shop in Tucson for UATV, I'm Jenna Gonzalez. Ever since I went that one time, I have been back probably 2 to 3 times a week. The food is amazing, and I just love how cute it is inside.
I haven't had the chance to visit yet, but if I go, what would you recommend?
Like Ellie said, honestly, their macaroons are amazing. Particularly the old-fashioned macaroons. They're a little more like squishy, and they have really nice powdered sugar on them. So good. To die for.
I'll have to give it a shot.
Yes, definitely.
Well, although Arizona football had a bye week, the Wildcats were still in action with the red and blue basketball game and volleyball.
We'll have all the highlights after the break.
What are you guys doing?
Working?
Continue.
Don't change the channel. You're watching UATV. Yay, Cats!
Hey Wildcats, and welcome to Wildcast Sports. I'm Danielle Fork, here to talk some sports. Arizona volleyball took on the Washington schools here in McKale this weekend. They lost to both the Cougars and the Huskies. Washington State was up first on Friday. Senior libero Laura Larson earned her 1,000th career dig, but the Wildcats lost in 3 straight sets. They came back out on Sunday and fought against Washington, taking them into 4 super close sets. Calais Mao led the team with 23 kills and 20 digs, but the Wildcats still lost. Arizona Swimming won its first Pac-12 match of the season, defeating Utah up in Salt Lake City. The women's team is now 3-0 and the men 2-0, a great start to their season. Arizona Soccer traveled up to Oregon to take on Oregon State and Oregon. They are with 1 win and 1 loss. They started off the weekend with a tough 1-0 loss to the Ducks, but picked themselves back up to defeat the Beavers 3-0. Hannah Stevens scored 2 for the Wildcats, and Gabby Stoyan added the 3rd. Arizona basketball honored the 1997 championship team and Miles Simon at their Red and Blue game. Sports reporter Alec White has the story.
One of the most recognized traditions at the University of Arizona. This year's basketball game was especially significant because it featured the celebration of the 1997 men's championship team and the honoring of point guard Miles Simon's number, who was the 1997 Final Four's most outstanding player. They even got to participate as judges in a dunk contest and were in awe with some of Arizona's young talent. At halftime, they came out onto the court to be recognized in front of all the Arizona Wildcat fans. After the game, Miles Simon and his entire family came onto the court to have his jersey number retired in front of the 14,500 fans here at McHale Center. He gave a very emotional speech reflecting on his time during the 1997 championship run.
But man, this is a team accomplishment. I think about my former teammates all the time, and when I came in as a freshman, I had names on my.
He also gave a special thanks to Lute Olson, who was a coach of that historic team.
I don't know what the decision that you about made, if you were bringing that
Here's what current Arizona point guard Parker Jackson Cartwright thought about Simon's ceremony.
I'm happy for him. He really deserved it. Playing for him, I see his passion that he played with. And, I love him like, big brother. So I'm just happy for him, and hopefully we'll do something special like him.
This year's Arizona team will look to recreate some of the magic from the 1997 season. For UATV Sports Channel 3, I'm Alec White.
Arizona softball hasn't allowed a run in 6 games this fall, and they didn't let this weekend change that. The Lady Cats run-ruled Pima 10-0 to wrap up their fall invitational. They will play again this Wednesday against Central Arizona, looking to keep that no-run streak going. That's all we have for sports. We'll be right back.
What are you guys doing?
Working?
Continue.
Don't change the channel. You're watching UATV. Yay, Caps!
Last time we asked if you watched the second presidential debate. Well, we've got the results. 60% of people who voted said yes, while 40% said no.
We'd like to get your opinion on our Twitter question of the week. What homecoming event are you most looking forward to? Let us know on our Twitter page at UATV3 and make sure to like our Facebook page as well.
What are you looking forward to seeing?
I don't know. I kind of liked the most was the lighting of A Mountain, which already happened. It was last night. Yeah, it was really cool. Going to see that is really awesome.
Well, I can't wait for the football game.
True.
Be sure to like us on our Facebook page, and we'll see you next week for another edition of Wildcast. Have a good night.